Hey guys, Sam from Irons Outdoor, and in today's video I'm up at the Hiwassee River in Tennessee. I'm up at the Powerhouse today, which is a spot I fished twice before. I think I fished here like both times last winter, and that was about 10 and 11 months ago, I think. So I caught some trout and some perch when I came here last time, and that's pretty much what is probably going to be biting the most this time of year. Those are both like cold water species, and that's pretty much what I'm going after today. The lure I'm starting with is kind of more of a perch lure, but I'll probably end up switching up you know, a bunch of different lures just to try to figure out what's working. But anyway, let's get fishing. Okay, and the lure I'm starting off with today is a little 2-inch easy shiner, 2-inch Kitech easy shiner, which I've caught quite a few perch on recently, but I'm using it on a little heavier jig head today than usual because I want to be able to cast it pretty far, and there's some really strong current, you know, coming out of this Powerhouse. So this does sink super fast though, but that should be good. Yeah, I can cast that pretty dang far. Is that a fish? There's a fish. First cast or second cast maybe with a trout magnet. It's a good sign. It's way in the current over there. I don't know if it's what it is yet. Oh, it's a trout. Nice. There we go. Little rainbow trout. That's kind of nice. I think that might have been my first cast with the trout magnet. That was like my first like legit real cast with it. All right, well that's a good sign. I mean, he's not very big, just a little socked fish, and it is the delayed harvest, so I do have to release this. I mean, in general, I don't keep my fish, but I think I might keep some perch today if I catch some. But I think I might put him in my net so I don't drop him. All right, y'all, well that's not a big trout, but I will definitely take him. I mean, that was really fast on that trout magnet, so I'm gonna let him go. Oh, and he went through the hole. There's a hole in my net, which I guess is good when I'm releasing the fish, but when I'm netting a fish, hopefully I won't have any escape. Oh my gosh, you're kidding. A trout just swiped at it right there. Dude, he literally, I had a bite. He swiped at it again. Dude, these trout are so finicky. They're going after the spinner a little bit, just, he missed that one. I bet if this had a treble hook, he would have gotten hooked. There we go, got him. Or a fish. Ooh, what is it? Oh, is this a brown trout? It is. I have never caught a brown trout before, but so this is my first ever brown trout. Wow, that's a cool little fish. I think it's a brown, yeah, I think it's a brown trout. I forget what brook trout look like, but I'm pretty dang sure this is a brown trout. That's really cool. So I've never caught one of these before. That's awesome. There's a bigger one. I think it was a rainbow that was hitting this. But this little brown trout got it. All right, that is my first brown trout. It's definitely a small one to start off, but I will take him. And let's let him go. He might swim through the hole in the net again. Sometimes there we go. There he goes. So just a little guy, but I will take that as my first brown trout. It's pretty fun catching a new species. Ooh, next cast. Oh, there's a perch. There's a little perch. There we go. All right, so that was my next cast, but this is just a little perch, like I said. I don't know how big these things have to be to eat them, but this is probably a little small to eat, to be an eating size. So I'll probably just let this guy go. All right, well, this little single hook spinner is getting the job done. It's a cool little fish. I like catching these perch too. But there he goes. All right, well, with our first 3 fish, we've gotten 3 different species. I would definitely be surprised if we caught anything else. Like, I don't think the smallmouth or largemouth will be biting right now. I mean, it's possible, but I don't know. We'll just have to see. Okay, so this is not the end of the fishing in this video, but I wanted to address something really quick before I show the rest of the fish that I caught this day of fishing. And I wanted to address something because I didn't really know all the trout fishing rules during the delayed harvest on this river before I did this fishing this day. I ended up using some live bait, some live nightcrawlers, after this in the video, and I didn't really realize that during the delayed harvest you're not supposed to use live bait. I knew you were supposed to use like single hook lures only, I think it is, but I didn't know I thought it was just like single hooks. I didn't know you had to use like no live bait and only single hook lures. So at first I wasn't going to post this video because I thought I was like totally in the wrong, at least with like, you know, the fish catches that are coming in this video. But I wanted to read what the trout fishing regulations for Tennessee, like what it says on their website. So it says for delayed harvest areas, it says in these areas listed below, the harvest or possession of trout is prohibited during the catch and release season. During the catch and release season, only artificial lures are permitted, and the use or possession of bait is prohibited. So it has like the different areas that are delayed harvest areas, and the one I was at was the Hiwassee River, and it says from the Appalachia Powerhouse downstream to the L&N Railroad Bridge. So I was pretty much right at the Appalachia Powerhouse, but I was actually kind of just upstream from the Powerhouse. So I wanted to show y'all right where I was. Basically, I was at this red pin right here. That's where I was fishing. And this building right here is the Appalachia Powerhouse. So, and you know, this is upstream from the Powerhouse. This is downstream from the Powerhouse. But I'm just unclear about the rules. Like, I don't know if where I am at this red dot, or at this red pin, is technically upstream from the Powerhouse. It kind of seems like it is because I'm definitely upstream from the Powerhouse structure itself. But I don't know if this whole area counts as the Appalachia Powerhouse, or if it's just the actual building itself. So basically I'm kind of unclear about the rules. I think there's a little bit of gray area in the rules there because there's not like a specific line. Like the bottom half of this is the L&N Railroad Bridge, which is just like, okay, well downstream from the bridge you're allowed to use bait, upstream you're not allowed to. So that's pretty clear. But as far as like the Powerhouse goes, I'm just not sure of like where that specific line is. So I'm basically unclear on whether or not I was breaking the rules by using live bait, what I think was kind of just upstream from the Powerhouse. So I just wanted to address that in this video, and I'm probably not going to be using live bait during the delayed harvest, like at that same spot, kind of just upstream from the Powerhouse anymore, until I get clear specification that I'm allowed to fish live bait where I was. I'm really just unsure, so I wanted to make sure y'all knew you know, what I know before y'all go fishing here and use live bait, because you're maybe not supposed to use it just upstream from the Powerhouse like that. Maybe you're allowed to, maybe you're not. I just wanted to make sure y'all knew that before y'all planned a fishing trip here and decided to use live bait during the delayed harvest. But anyway, here is the rest of that day of fishing. I might put a live worm on just to see what I can catch. It should be able to catch some perch. There's a fish. There we go. There we go. I was trying to get a thumbnail right there. I just switched to these worms. Oh, it's a bass. No way. It's actually a bass. What the heck? I put on a live worm and I caught a largemouth. Well, I'll take that. That's really, really random. After I caught the last fish, I said I thought I probably wasn't going to catch any more species, but what do you know? I mean, the last thing I would have expected today is to have come up here and then caught 4 different species in my first 4 fish. Which is, it's been kind of a while since I caught that last fish, which was the little perch, I guess. But I will take a little bass. Okay, well my GoPro just died right as I was about to release this fish, which I do have extra batteries, but I'm just gonna go ahead and release this one before I switch them. Oh, is he gonna jump? There he goes. There's a fish right there. Ooh, what is this? It's a perch. All right, there we go. Okay, this is a perch that I'll definitely keep, I think. He seems like he's definitely big enough. I want to catch a tarp-sized perch today, which is like, TARP stands for Tennessee Angler Recognition Program. And if you catch a perch that's like 11 inches, you can get like a little certificate. So I don't think this guy's 11. He could be, but I'll double check, but he's probably like, I don't know, I think he might be 11. All right, well, I'm gonna have to throw this guy in the cooler. It looks like he was just about, like, almost 11. He might have been 11, but I can probably get a better measurement later when he's dead and not flopping around so much. Got one. Next cast. There we go. All right. I think there's a lot of perch just kind of right here. So yeah, that was my next cast. It's a good sign. This one's not quite as big, but I think he's still big enough to get a little meat off of. Yeah, he's definitely not as big as the other one, but I think I'm just gonna keep him. He's still a decent size. Do I have one? Oh, I have one. There we go. There he is. This is another one that's kind of smallish. I don't know if I should keep this one. I finally, I just tied on this little drop shot. I couldn't find any drop shot weights, but I just have a regular little, like worm weight right here, and I kind of made it into a drop shot. And that was my first cast with it like this. All right, well, these perch are definitely pretty active. I think there's a bunch of them just kind of right out here. So I'm just gonna keep casting that worm out there, and hopefully I'll get into some bigger ones. Oh my gosh. Dude, must be a ton of them down there. This one feels better. Yeah, this is a better one. There we go. This one I will definitely keep. He actually doesn't look as long as that other one, but he's pretty fat, so he'll make a good little eating size fish. There's one. Finally, dude. I mean, I'm getting one on like almost every cast, but I keep having to retie because like something happens. Like I got it stuck last time, and then I accidentally cut off the drop shot weight, so I had to retie the whole thing. But like, if I can just cast it out there a few times in a row, like, I mean, these fish are stacked up. And there we go. Okay, my drop shot's good. There's a fish. Oh my gosh. A little perch. I'm probably not gonna keep this one. But man, there's so many perch just right down here. I'm not casting very far at all. That one was just kind of right there. All right, so yeah, I'm just gonna let that little guy go. There's one. I don't even notice they're on here. And this one seems good enough to keep. Definitely bigger than that last one. There's one. Oh, let's see. It's literally like every cast over here. This is crazy. There's so many perch in this river. This one's definitely too small to keep. I mean, like, I don't know how many perch are in here, but there is so many of them. And like I said, it's basically every cast. But now this drop shot keeps getting tangled like crazy. Every time I catch them, they start like flopping around, and then the weight just goes like that around the line. There's one. Ooh. Little guy. Man, dude, every fish I catch just keeps getting it more tangled. It's kind of frustrating. These perch can be so annoying. They keep flopping off. I just am using the net to scoop them up sometimes. But, oh, there he goes. There's one. Dude, there's a better one. I think it's just a perch. Yeah, this is a nice one. Nice little fat guy. He's not too long, but he's fat. All right, well, it's a little bit small to keep, but he's kind of fat, so I might just keep him. There's one. Oop, this one seems pretty good. Yeah, this is another pretty good one. I don't even know how many I'm gonna keep today, because I'm only at my cabin with my dad and like one other guy, so we probably don't need that many. But maybe I'll just try to keep some bigger ones, or maybe I'll keep this one, and then from now on I'll only try to keep one that's really big. There's one. Man, there's so many fish down there. I do not know how many fish I'm actually going to show of me catching in this video, because I've caught like probably 15 perch, and he wasn't even hooked in the lip. He was literally hooked in the bottom of the lip, but I'll take him. There's one. Oh my gosh. Little guy again. Man, this worm is so beat up because these fish are just, you know, eating at it a ton. Of course. Just had it sitting out there. There's another one. All right, well, I'm in the parking lot now, but that was a fun day out there on the Hiwassee River, or a fun little morning. It started off pretty slow, like I was just using some lures, kind of switching between a few different lures. And I got that trout really early in the morning, that rainbow trout. And then I got that brown trout, which was my first ever brown trout, about 45 minutes in. And then I got, I think I got my first yellow perch, the cast after I caught the brown trout. And then it was kind of slow fishing with the lures, so I had brought some worms, so I just decided to use the worms, and that was definitely a good decision. I caught that one little bass, which was kind of random, and then a ton of perch. I probably didn't show all the perch I caught in this video, but it was definitely pretty fun catching those perch, and I'm actually taking some home with me to eat later today. And overall, definitely a fun day. I mean, I caught like 25 plus fish today, so definitely a fun day of fishing. So hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button down below and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. But I'll catch you all on the next video. Thanks for watching.